Okay, good afternoon once again. Our topic for today on fundamentals of accounting, business and management 1 will be on introduction to FABM 1 part 1. Okay? So, part of the introduction will be definition of accounting and the users of accounting and its objective. That would be the coverage of our examination, I mean discussion for today. So to start with, okay, let us define what accounting is. Accounting is a service activity. Its function is to provide quantitative information, primarily financial in nature, about economic entities that is intended to be useful in making economic decisions. Okay, this definition was taken from the Accounting Standards Council. So, from the definition, we can say that accounting is a service. Okay, because accounting is something to do with providing professional services to um to those who need, okay, what how the business organization performs. And it is a service activity which provide quantitative information, okay, which is primarily financial in nature. Okay, then the second definition of accounting is it is the art of recording, classifying, and summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money, transactions, and events which are in part at least of a financial in character and interpreting the results thereof. This definition naman was provided by the Committee on Accounting Terminology of the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. So accounting is an art. It is an art. It is because um, it is a means of expressing the events and transactions, okay, of a particular business organization. The art includes the art of recording because we record transactions here. Then we classify what particular element of accounting is being affected, okay, from the time that we record the accountable transaction. Then we also summarize because we try take note in a particular period, annual, no, annual na period, meron 365 days, 360 to 365 days. Okay? So if we're going to provide information in a day-to-day basis, it will be very difficult to users to interpret transactions. So in accounting, there is an art of summarizing, summarizing the transactions recorded by an accountant. Make sure that once we record, classify, and summarize these transactions, these are transactions that are financial in character. After summarizing those transactions, it is important as well in accounting to interpret, okay, the summarized results. Okay? Because accounting is kung ano, more on interpreting the financial statement. Okay, if we end our um the steps on accounting to summarizing only, that is bookkeeping only. Okay, pag may interpretation na of the outputs, okay, that's accounting already. Okay, the third definition of accounting is it is a process. Yes, it is a process because we follow a steps. Okay, steps. The process of identifying. Okay, we identify. How do we identify? That's the question. How are we going to identify? Okay. Ano po ang dapat i-identify? Well, in accounting, we just identify whether the transaction is accountable or not. Kasi if it is non-accountable, that transaction cannot be recorded because it cannot affect any financial element in the financial statement. Okay. Second process is the process of measuring the transaction. Take note, we are targeting here only on accountable transactions. So, we are going to measure the transaction. Okay, how are we going to measure that? In accounting, we measure transactions in terms of the monetary value acceptable, okay, in the particular society. Because considering that we are in the Philippines, the way we measure the transaction is in pesos. Okay, so we measure that in pesos, okay, in terms of pesos. And it is also the process of communicating the economic information. Or in communicating, we try to communicate the results by way of interpreting the results. Okay, what is the purpose of this communicating, okay, process? This is to permit judgment, informed judgment and decision by users of information. So those are the three definition, no, of accounting. The first definition binigay ng Accounting Standard Council, which they say that accounting is a service activity. Okay, it is a service activity, while the Committee on Accounting Terminology of the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants provided us that accounting is an art, the art of recording, classifying, and summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money. Then the last one is accounting daw is a process of identifying, measuring, and communicating economic information. Okay? And the purpose of the of accounting is in the third definition is to permit informed judgment and decision by users of information. If we're going to summarize these three definition, the key terms, okay, the keywords that we need to recall is that accounting is about quantitative information. It is about quantitative information. We quantify. It's not about the quality of information. It is about the quantity of information. Okay, and also it's all about figures kasi. We talk about here money, peso. Okay, and then information are primarily financial in nature. Financial in nature, in a sense nga, yun nga, it's about financial matters. Mga pera-pera to, ha? Okay? But not totally na cash lang because there are assets that we consider that is financial in nature. For example, equipment. Kasi may katumbas naman yung finances. So, that is a information on that part, information relating to equipment that is financial in nature is part of the accounting. And the last one is that accounting is useful in making decisions. Business managers, trustees, board of directors, okay, would like to have no accounting information because it will help them to objectively decide for the company. Okay, so those are the important keywords that we need to recall if we talk about the definition of accounting. That is about quantitative information, and those information are primarily financial in nature, and the last one, useful in making decisions. Okay, next, objective account of accounting. The accounting is very simple. Okay, it is to provide quantitative financial information about a business that is useful to users, whether internal or external, in making decision. Okay, if you are an accountant, okay, this is your objective, that we need to provide quantitative financial information about a business, which is very much useful to our users. And these users are the internal users and external users. Okay, useful to what? Useful to make economic decisions. Okay, once we say economic decisions, these decisions related to the business operations. Okay, so that's it. That's the primary objective of accounting. Again, to provide quantitative financial information about a business that is useful to users, whether internal or external, in making decisions. Okay, next in our discussion would be about the users of accounting informations. Okay, based on the definition, no, and even in the objective of accounting, we tackle there about usefulness, okay, of accounting information. And then who are these people naman using the financial, I mean the accounting information? The users of accounting information are classified into two. Okay, or yes, they are classified into two. We have the internal users and external users. Who are these internal users? These internal users, okay, these are people who are inside the business organization. So most common na inside the business organizations are the management itself, no, the top level management. So sino naman na nasa top level management? If it is a corporation, yung chief executive officer, the chief operating officer, the chief financial officer, pwede rin naman the board of trustees, pwede rin naman the shareholders, okay? Or pwede rin naman the employees itself, kasi yung mga empleyado needs also accounting information. The owners of the particular business, these are the internal users of accounting information. Sir, dahil internal users, these are different people. They have different background. Okay, they have different way of life. Do they have the same objective? No. They have different objective. For example, on the top level management, their purpose of having accounting information is to obtain information related to the profitability of the business. While employees, we are we need accounting information is we need accounting information in order for us to know how stable the business is. Kasi later on, tayong mga empleyado, baka ma-retrench, matanggal, o wala nang isasahod. That is our objective. Why we need accounting information. How about sir shareholders? Shareholders, they need accounting information for the purpose na malaman nila if the investment that they provide on that particular business organization nagpa-profit ba? Okay? Are they expecting a dividend from that particular company where they invested? So, okay, ibig sabihin, internal users, kahit marami pong types of internal users, they have different objective naman as to the accounting information na kailangan nilang makuha. The second class of users are the external users naman. If internal users are within the business organization, yung external users, these people who do not have any direct control over the business organization. Okay. The most common, no, na mga external users are suppliers, banks, ano, creditors, investors, including potential investors, government agencies, and the public in general, or the general public. These are external users. For the suppliers, they have different objective why they need the accounting information. For the creditor side, iba rin naman yung target nila why they need accounting information. Oh, for example, on creditors, no, why do they need accounting information? Obviously, for creditors, they need accounting information in order for them to assess whether the company or the business organization can able to pay its liabilities. Okay, if they demanded for payment already, or For banks naman, 'di ba? If the banks nagpapautang, they need financial information or accounting information in order to assess the credit the credit ano tawag na the credit may term da dyan yung tinatawag nating um yung credit line niya, no? Okay? Or kung magkano yung pwedeng ipautang, okay? By of the bank, no, to this debtor. Okay? Investors naman, including potential investors, the objective of this potential investor is to assess whether they can able to earn from investing, no, on that particular company. On government agencies naman, the objective of government agencies, for example, yung Bureau of Internal Revenue, is to determine the taxability of the business organization. And the public, okay, iba-iba na rin naman yon. So, the general public, whether can the company provide jobs, considering that, okay, kasi from the accounting information that the public can obtain, they can assess whether the company can expand or not. Okay, can able to pay salaries if they want to apply on that particular company. So again, external users, these are people who do not have any direct control over the business organization. So those are the two classification of users of accounting information. We have the internal users and external users. And then types of business organization. We have three different types of business organization who really needs, no, the accounting. Okay, the accounting. We have the sole proprietorship, we have the partnership, and the corporation. Once we talk about sole proprietorship, it is a type of business organization in which only one person is the owner, okay, as well as operator of the business, and that owner or operator of the business is known as the sole proprietor. Okay, no, again, a sole proprietorship business, malalaman po natin as to the number of owners. If only one owner, no, isa lang tao ang nagmamay-ari of that particular business organization, we immediately say that that is a sole proprietorship na business because it is operated and owned by only one person. So he is the boss. Okay? He is the boss only, no other bosses. Okay? While on partnership, a partnership is a business organization or a business form in which two or more persons agree to carry on business. Okay, ibig sabihin, for example, you and I, no, agree to form a partnership, and then we agree also how to share profits and losses. Okay, we have the objective to earn, okay, profits. Okay, so from the time that we agree and then we time that we have that objective to share profits and losses mutually, okay, yung tawag na sa atin is a business organization na partnership. Okay, we have a partnership already. Okay, two or more persons two or more persons yung owners of a business of this type of business organization at everyone are owners. Okay, and then one person cannot decide without the others consent. Okay, yun lang yung partnership. Okay, unlike sa sole proprietorship, dahil ikaw lang yung boss, okay, lahat ng rules sa'yo lang. On the partnership kasi na side, once one partner gusto niyang ganito yung gawin, you cannot immediately, okay, um, do that without the consent of the other partners. Okay, that's partnership. Then we have the third one type of business organization. This is the corporation. A corporation is a company, okay, of a company, or it is an association of persons, okay, association of persons because mas marami-rami ito sila, okay, who invest money towards a common stock, or ordinary shares for carrying on a business and shares the profits through dividends. Okay, ibig sabihin, if around 15 persons, no, decided to have a business, sir, kung 15%, pwede po ba yung partnership? Yes, pwede yung partnership if it meets the criteria agreement, and then they have the objective to share profits. Kasi yung corporation naman, guys, okay, these are business organization formed because of the enforcement of an existing law. Okay, so if 15 persons incorporated themselves to form a corporation, okay, that is a corporation already. Okay, provided they follow the substantive requirements on forming corporation. Okay, and then the way they earn, no, okay, the shareholders in a corporation, okay, invest money in a form of an ordinary share or sometimes in a preference shares, and then they share profits not in terms of of determining the net income and then share among themselves. Instead, the sharing of profits in a corporation is through dividends, dividendo. Okay, through dividends. Yun yung pagkakaiba ng corporation to partnership. Kasi the partnership, once they earn profits at the end of an accounting period, they will divide it in accordance with their agreement. While on corporation, the profits will depend on the corporation's board of trustees or board of directors whether to release dividends or not. Okay? And then sometimes hindi naman lahat ng profit ginagawang dividends, because um, there are profits of the corporation na rini-retain sa corporation muna. Yun yung pagkakaiba ng partnership and corporation. Nonetheless, whether it is sole proprietorship, partnership, or corporation, okay, this business organization needs accounting because there are financial transactions affecting to this type of business organization. Okay, so, and then class of business organization. We have the service concern, we have the merchandising, and manufacturing. So, these are the three classes of business organization. Meron po tayong mga business organization just providing services. There are business organization providing goods, no? Pag yung business organization provides services to its consumers, tinatawag po natin yung service concern na business organization. Okay, a very basic example of a service concern business, yung tinatawag na mga accounting and auditing firms, law firms, yung mga even dental clinics, no? These are service concern business. Then we have naman a class of business organization which provide, no, goods. We have the merchandising and the manufacturing. Yung pagkakaiba lang ng merchandising and manufacturing is that under merchandising, the business buy or acquire or purchase goods. Goods na gawa na, and then they will sell it, okay, with markup. For example, no, okay, you want to enter in a merchandising type of business, you will acquire sabihin natin what good product yung maganda ngayon is, for example, you acquire 10 boxes of face mask, and then so that's your merchandise inventory. Then once you resell it, 'di ba? Ibebenta mo naman sa mga friends mo, pinapatungan mo ng konting profit, okay? Or markup. So if that's the way you do your business, that's a merchandising business. On manufacturing naman, instead of buying a ready-made product, okay, then sell it sa manufacturer, gagawin mo yung product. For example, last Christmas, no, okay, people love to bake. So, yung iba nag-manufacture ng mga cakes and then they are going to sell that. That's a very simple manufacturing business. You bought the raw materials like flour, sugar, then you manufacture it into a different product, okay, which is a cake or a bread. Then later on, you are going to sell it for profit. That's manufacturing, okay. So we have three classification of business organization: a service concern, a merchandising, and a manufacturing type of business. Whether it's service concern, merchandising, or manufacturing, or whether it is a corporation, a sole proprietorship, or a partnership, there is accounting there because meron pong mga finances na umiikot on that particular organization. So, that would be the last topic on our first on our introduction of business organization. Okay. For a while, no? I will entertain questions later. Okay.